In the previous episode, we said that the head of the Dogon tribe claimed that the information they have about the Sirius C star system was given to their ancestors by the people of one of the planets that host the third star of this star system. It is interesting to know that the James Webb Telescope has recently seen lights in the dark parts of Proxima Centauri. Scientists and researchers believe, after many investigations, that these lights cannot be natural or a reflection of objects with high reflectivity on the surface of this planet. While studying the images of the James Webb Telescope, scientists have come to believe that these lights are artificial. It is even interesting to know that before James Webb took these images from the planet Proxima b and Proxima c, all scientists were looking for the existence of the main building blocks of life in the planets in order to discover life on other planets. The planets that have the possibility of supporting life in them can be investigated more precisely by separating the planets that have the main blocks of life in them to check the presence or absence of intelligent life, not knowing that there is no need for so much complexity to search for intelligent life. If that life is intelligent, has definitely thought about lighting the dark half of his planet. It is enough for scientists to look for planets where light can be seen in their dark half, just like our planet. But the planet must be near so we can look into it with telescopes. The theory of the presence of artificial lights on the planet Proxima b and Proxima c is so serious that the SpaceX company is rapidly building its microprobes to send them to these two planets with the help of the sun's rays at the highest possible speed. This kind of probe called light sail. It is possible that these microprobes will be launched into space by 2026 and reach their host planet within 20 years. Elon Musk is also very serious about this project and is trying to advance this project with all speed and accuracy. By putting together these evidences and many other evidences that are beyond the scope of this discussion, if we assume the correctness of the theory of the existence of intelligent life in Proxima Centauri, what does the existence of life in Proxima Centauri mean? The minimum meaning that can be considered for it is that we conclude for the umpteenth time that we humans are not the center of the universe, just as our Earth was not the center of the universe, and we realize that even our Sun is not the center of the universe. And even in 964 AD, with the discovery of the Andromeda Galaxy by Abdul Rahman Sufi, we realized that there are other galaxies, and that our galaxy is not the center of the universe. Now we realize that our species of humans living on the planet is not the center of intelligence and wisdom of the whole universe. But what kind of vital intelligence might exist on Proxima b and Proxima c? In order to explore and present the most likely theory, we must first delve a little into our own species, humans. For this purpose, while obtaining the permission of my good friend, Professor Paul Wallace, we will examine a part of his research.
Our ancestors were descended from a primate ancestor shared by the great apes. The two forks of primate evolution separated as the result of what might seem a tiny modification of chromosomes. Great apes have 24 pairings of chromosomes, containing the instructions for how to build a great ape. Human beings have 23 pairings of chromosomes. So did the apes gain a chromosome, or did humans lose one? In 2002, a research team in Seattle analyzing the human genome demonstrated that human chromosome number 2 was created by fusing two ancestral chromosomes together. In the April 7th issue of the journal Nature in 2005, a team led by Washington University School of Medicine published research which included an analysis of human chromosome 2. The team included scientists from Washington University, MIT, Stanford, the Wellcome Trust, the Sanger Institute, the National Yang Ming University of Taiwan, among others. Their research uncovered new evidence that confirmed the Seattle team's finding that human chromosome 2 resulted from the fusion of two ancestral ape chromosomes. It contains 1,346 protein-coding genes, representing around 8% of human DNA. But what or who engineered this prehistoric fusion that enabled our ancestors to stand apart from apes and become truly human?
Mesoamerican, Mesopotamian, and Greek mythology and the narratives of the Bible all speak of a moment in human history when another civilization from another place interfered in human evolution. Now, the Popol Vuh, the Mayan mythology, is especially interesting because it speaks of a sequence of experiments to get us like this. And the product of the successful experiments was us and some ape-like creatures that live in the forest. That's what it says. Now, what's so interesting about that is that the Popol Vuh relates us to apes centuries ahead of Charles Darwin. And it's not that we're descended from apes in the Mayan story. The Popol Vuh says that we and these forest-dwelling apes were engineered from a shared ancestor. Well, that's amazing because that is exactly what contemporary research, including DNA research, is telling us today. Our ancestral narratives, so many of them speak about complex decisions being taken about upgrading human intelligence and consciousness. And we're told that there are conflicts among these other powers as to how intelligent or conscious they wanted the human beings to be.
So, assuming there really is intelligent life on Proxima b and Proxima c, how do we know they didn't visit us before we visited them? Maybe they were the ones who laid the blocks of life on our planet, and maybe we are also their descendants who spread them in the vast universe. Let's not forget that the greatest goal of all living species is to reproduce and spread their species to distant places. Of course, in all living things, the reproduction of life needs to be maintained. In most of the living species, we see that after reproduction, maintenance is also very important. In most cases, the preservation of the generation is more important than its reproduction. So maybe the reason for the existence of the images of Nazca Lines and Nazca Airport, which was built about 3,000 years ago, was for preservation and education. In the next part, we will have a look at the first advanced human civilization, the Sumerians, and how it quickly emerged. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe to channel for more videos.